Welcome, dear participants. This is the second part of communication skills for technical teachers. My name is Ramchandra Dhonukshe, lecturer in English, Kusrowadia Institute of Technology, Pune. In the first video, we studied some basic stuff about communication skills. In this second part, we are going to focus on how to make our communication effective. To make our communication effective, we have two methods. The first is to remove or overcome the barriers, and the second is to follow the principles of effective communication. Let's start with overcoming barriers. We will try to understand this concept with the help of a case study. Dr. Rajan Patil is an HOD and Professor Vikas Shinde works in his department. Professor Vikas had organized an event last week. Dr. Rajan Patil requires the details of that event because he has to present it to the principal. Dr. Rajan Patil, the HOD, makes a phone call to Professor Vikas and asks him to send the detailed report of the event. He then asks him to include all the details like date, time, photos, and evidence if any, number of participants, their details, etc. Professor Vikas is unable to hear his HOD's voice clearly as there is disturbance in the network. However, he is able to hear a few words like event, last week, details, date, participants, etc. Professor Vikas tells Dr. Rajan Patil, his HOD, that he will send it as soon as possible. He types a message including all the details and sends the message to his HOD. Is the communication successful? Let us break down this case into elements. Dr. Rajan Patil, the HOD, is the sender. He has a message to be conveyed to Professor Vikas, who is the receiver. Dr. Rajan Patil designs the message in his brain and converts it into words in the form of which the message is to be conveyed. The message is sent to the receiver, that is Professor Vikas, through a channel or a medium. The channel selected by the sender in this case is the phone. Professor Vikas receives the message in the form of spoken words and he tries to break it down and derive meaning from it by decoding the message. Professor Vikas thinks he has understood what the sender wants to say and replies that he will send it as soon as possible. Here are a few questions for you to reflect upon. Was the communication successful? Was the message conveyed completely or there was an error? What went wrong? What was the reason for miscommunication or misunderstanding? Did Professor Vikas, the receiver, understood the meaning as intended by the sender? Was it possible to avoid or eliminate this error? How? Pause the video and prepare your answers in your mind. Go back and look at the case description again if you want. Play the video again when your answers to these questions are ready. Now, I hope you have kept your answers ready. The question was the communication between the HOD Dr. Rajan Patil and Professor Vikas successful? The answer is no. What went wrong? The HOD wanted a detailed report, but Professor Vikas sent a message with details. Why did this happen? Professor Vikas couldn't hear the complete message and he acted upon whatever he could hear. the HOD didn't confirm whether Professor Vikas had understood the message. Such things happen many times in our day-to-day life that lead to confusion and sometimes misunderstanding. Do you think the HOD should have confirmed whether Professor Vikas had understood everything? Professor Vikas should have told his HOD that his voice was breaking, or Professor Vikas should have repeated what he had understood so that the HOD would have come to know about miscommunication or misunderstanding. The obstacles, hurdles, disturbance in the process of communication that restricts smooth flow of information is called a barrier. In order to be good at communication, one needs to identify the barriers and try to overcome them. Let's look at various types of barriers. Mainly, there are 5 types of barriers that disturb communication: mechanical barrier, physical barrier, psychological barrier, cultural barrier, and language barrier. Let us understand how these barriers work and how to overcome them. Mechanical barrier happens due to certain defects in the devices that are used for communication. For example, the telephone, microphone, speakers, internet connection, LAN system, hardware problems in projector, printer, Xerox machine, etc. Remedies to overcome mechanical barriers. First is keep the devices up to date, maintain them properly. Then make sure the devices are working properly before you start your communication. Pause your communication for a while, make necessary arrangements and then resume. Keep alternative arrangement ready like spare mic, etc. Physical barrier can be of 2 types. Personal, that is related to physical needs like sleep, food, etc. Or it can be problems related to health. The second physical barrier is environmental, like noise or natural calamities. Here are the remedies to overcome physical barriers. Keep good health, exercise regularly, have healthy diet. Wait until the barrier is over and the problem is resolved. Find alternatives. For example, COVID-19 pandemic is a natural calamity. We are all passing through difficult times. We cannot meet each other. Hence, we have found out some alternatives to communication with our students, colleagues, like WhatsApp, Telegram, video conferencing, online classroom, email, online tests, online faculty development program, etc. Psychological barriers include attitude. Prejudice means preoccupied or false beliefs. Status barrier. This is due to difference in official or social position. People are usually not comfortable while communicating with their boss. If you remember the case study, Professor Vikas doesn't ask his boss to repeat the message. Sometimes people working at higher levels look down upon the junior, thereby holding prejudice or underestimating their capabilities. The next is feelings and emotions like sadness, sorrow, overjoy, fear, anxiety, nervousness act as a barrier. Daydreaming, it means thinking about something else than whatever is going on now. For example, a student sitting in the class may be thinking about his weekend plans, like whether he should go to his hometown or he should stay and spend time with friends. Generation gap. People of the same generation have good wavelength, but when we communicate with a person of an earlier or later generation, the difference in beliefs and mindset creates friction or resistance, hence, communication is not effective. For example, parents find it difficult to counsel their children. Remedies to overcome psychological barriers. Meditate. As exercise is to the body, meditation is to the mind. Work on improving your interpersonal skills. Attend various training programs and courses. Read good books. There are numerous books available in the market that help us to improve our interpersonal skills. Here are a few of the excellent books. These books have changed lives of millions of people. I'm sure these books will help you in this regard. You can go for other books as per your choice as well. Then the next remedy for psychological barrier is practice empathy. Empathy means standing in another person's shoes and trying to see through their eyes. Empathy reduces 80% of prejudice and misconception about people. The next is cultural barrier. People coming from different cultures have cultural differences. They have different value system, beliefs, customs, mannerisms, etc. Gestures are interpreted differently in different cultures. For example, in Indian culture, we fold our hands in a namaste pose to greet people, whereas in the West, people shake their hands and Japanese bow when they want to greet someone. A person's behavior can be misinterpreted by people of different cultures. In Western culture, maintaining eye contact is considered as a sign of sincerity, faith, confidence, etc. Whereas in Middle Eastern culture, it is less appropriate. Especially women are not supposed to make too much eye contact. Here are two important remedies to overcome cultural barriers. Learn and respect other person's culture. Try to be accommodating and tolerant as far as possible. The next is language barrier. There are three important aspects that we should consider regarding language barrier. The first is we should make sure our punctuation and spelling is correct. We should also learn to use correct grammar. Incorrect punctuation can result in misunderstanding and misinterpretation. Look at these sentences. See how the meaning changes when we change the punctuation mark. A woman without her man is nothing. A woman without her man is nothing. Now look at these sentences. I'm interested in cooking my dog and my family. Let's eat, boss. What's wrong with these sentences? Yes, they are incorrectly punctuated, leading to misinterpretation. The correct ones are these. I'm interested in cooking my dog and my family. And the second sentence is, let's eat, boss. Here in this second sentence, the speaker is suggesting his boss that they should eat. Spelling mistakes can create a bad impression. Look at this. Instead of desserts, desserts, the word printed over there is deserts, which means deserts. The meaning is totally different. The second aspect of language barrier is pronunciation and accent. We should use correct pronunciation and suitable accent. For example, etc. dot is pronounced as etc., not etc. Many people pronounce it as etc. The same case is with the next word, WOMEN. The correct pronunciation is women and not woman. The third aspect of language barrier is jargon. Jargon means a set of words belonging to a specific field or profession. Too many technical terms cause barrier in communication. Imagine if your doctor talks to you like this. Actually, this is not just a headache. These are the symptoms of migraine. Migraine starts when overactive nerve cells send out signals that activate the trigeminal nerve, the nerve that supplies sensation to your head and face. What do you think? Is it appropriate? When we are teaching a particular subject in the class, we should keep in mind that the students might not be aware about a few terms. So, first explain new terms and let them be familiar with those terms. Here are the remedies to overcome language barrier. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing are the 4 basic language skills. The more you practice these skills, the faster you learn a language. Learn confusing words like homophones and homographs. Homophones are the words having different spelling but similar pronunciation. For example, die, die, flower, flower. Homographs are the words with same spelling but similar or different pronunciation and different meaning. For example, I read a book. I have read a book. In the first sentence, read, read is the present tense. In the second sentence, the word read should be pronounced as read, not as read. We cannot say I have read a book. We should say I have read a book. The spelling of both the words is the same, but pronunciation and usage is different. The third important remedy is make sure your audience is comfortable with your vocabulary. And the fourth is use a dictionary. I think the dictionary is the most important tool to develop language competency. Dictionaries not only help to find the meaning of a particular word, but also the pronunciation, some grammar aspects as parts of speech, forms of verb, and how to use the word in different contexts. Technology is at your fingertips to help you out. Nowadays, numerous dictionary applications are available. If you want to improve your English language skill, I suggest that you should have 3 dictionary apps on your phone. One English to English dictionary. This helps you to learn English more effectively. You should also have one English to your local language dictionary, because sometimes we understand a concept clearly when we know the meaning of a particular word in our own language. And the third important application you must use is the thesaurus. Thesaurus gives us a list of synonyms, that is, words having similar meaning, and antonyms, that is, words with opposite meaning. I'm going to embed a short video clip over here wherein I have explained the 3 apps that are useful. Most importantly, these apps work offline. In this short video clip, I have also included how to make maximum use of the dictionaries in order to improve English. I have also explained various features available in the dictionary applications. Let's go to the Play Store and type in the search bar English dictionary and search for it. The first of the three dictionary apps I'm going to talk about is this one. I have it already installed in my mobile. So let me just open it. And now I'm going to explain how I use it and how it is beneficial for you. So let's look for a word here. Let's say contagious. C-O-N-T-A-G-I-O-U-S, contagious. The very first thing that you see over here is etymology. Etymology is the origin and history of a particular word. If you're not interested in it, just let it go. The second thing you should look at is pronunciation. And you get pronunciation in two ways. The first thing is, you see here a speaker icon. If you click on it,
contagious, contagious.
If you click on it, you get to listen to the audio pronunciation of that particular word. The next thing that we see over here is adjective. That is the part of speech of the word. This word is used as adjective. And then we see the meaning. Three different meanings are given over here. You will see synonyms, antonyms. And let's look at some other word. Say run, R-U-N, run. You see here run, it's verb. Okay, and here you see complete information about the forms of this particular verb. The first word that you see, runs. This is third person singular form. Then you see present participle, running. Then you see past form, ran, and past participle, run. After this, you will see the meaning and how to use this particular word in different contexts. One more thing, run is also used as noun and sometimes adjective as well. You see here, run is also used as noun sometimes, and it is also used as adjective. Let's see over here. See. So what I want to say here is you get all the required information. You just need to know how to look for it. Another word, let's say power. See the meaning of this word in two different contexts. In social context and in scientific or physical or in physics. What it means, it is given over here. Then again, if you look over here in mathematics, what is the meaning of this particular word? When we say x to the power of n, all the explanation is given over here. So no matter which area, which field you are associated with, the meaning that you need is all here. C-O-M-M-E-N-T. How do you pronounce it? Some people pronounce it as comment and some people pronounce it as comment. Which one is correct? So let's see.
Comment.
It's comment.
Comment.
Another interesting thing I want to show you is this word. Say panic. Okay.
Panic.
Panic. So if you look at this word's meaning as verb, and if you look at this particular section, look at the spelling. The third person singular form is panics, it's okay. Present participle, panicking. Before adding ing as suffix, an additional letter K is added to it. Panicking, P-A-N-I-C-K-I-N-G. The same thing is with the past tense and past participle. So you learn these things, not only pronunciation but even spelling, usage, parts of speech, forms of verb, and many things that you need to learn English. Okay, now If you do not understand the meaning clearly with the help of English to English dictionary, the next step you should take is use a dictionary that gives you translation of English words into your local language and vice versa. Means you need an application which can translate words from your language into English. Go to the Play Store and type innovative software in the search bar and search. You will see numerous dictionary apps in different Indian local languages. I have Hindi and Marathi already installed in my mobile. So let's open this one. Let's take an example here. Assume you want to translate this sentence into English. इस सवाल का जवाब लिखो. How will you translate? Write an answer to this question. Correct. Now if you want to translate this sentence, मुझे आपका जवाब मिला. Can you say I received your answer? So answer doesn't seem appropriate here. So let's find an appropriate word for the word jawab in Hindi. I'm typing the word jawab in the search bar. And the different options that are available here are answer, respond, reply. Which one is the appropriate? What do you think? Yes, this word reply is the most appropriate in this case. I received your reply. In this way you can find appropriate word for the word that you use in your local language. Let's search for some another word. Let's type an English word in this search bar. The word that we have already seen, contagious, contagious. Let's see what is the translation. See, sankramak, sansargik, or even here sparshajanya. Now it's time to go to the third important app, and that is Thesaurus. Let's type here Thesaurus. If we search, we get numerous options. The one that I use is this one. Install this. Thesaurus gives you a list of synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms means the words having similar meaning, and antonyms means the words having opposite meaning. This app also works offline. It is useful, easy to use, small in size, and no ads. Let's look for a word here. Let's first take the same word that we have seen previously. Contagious, contagious. Here you see the list of words having similar meaning, that means synonyms, and there is one word given here that is antonym having opposite meaning. Now if you remember, we also get synonyms and antonyms in the first English to English dictionary app that we have seen. Then why this app? The reason is we get more words to choose from in this app. Now let's look at some other word. Let's see speak. Here you see the word speak has three different meanings: utter, make a speech, or converse. These three different meanings have numerous synonyms, means numerous words having similar meaning. You can choose any word that suits your purpose. In this video, we studied 5 important barriers that hinder the process of communication are mechanical, physical, psychological, cultural, and language barrier. Mechanical barrier occurs due to fault in the equipment or instrument that we are using. Keeping regular maintenance of the equipment, checking before using, keeping spare items if possible are some of the remedies. Physical barrier can be personal, like personal needs and health issues. It can also be environmental, like noise, natural calamities, etc. Exercise and proper diet helps us to overcome issues related to our physical health, and waiting for the situation to improve and making alternate arrangements are the remedies for environmental barriers. Psychological barrier arises due to our state of mind and emotions. Psychological barriers can be overcome by practicing meditation and by improving interpersonal skills. Cultural barrier arises due to difference in value systems, customs, beliefs. To overcome cultural barrier, we should learn to respect other person's culture, try to be accommodating, and learn to empathize. Punctuation, spelling, grammar, pronunciation, accent, jargon are the important aspects of language barrier. Language barrier can be overcome by improving language competency. This can be done with the help of 4 language skills: practicing listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and using dictionary as frequently as we can. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Stay safe, stay healthy.